Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. Namu Myoho Renge Kyo. I hope that this finds you well and your practice strong. We're going to start my fourth book on the Nichiren's Gosho with a Gosho titled Letter to the Lay Nun of Ko. We've seen a previous Gosho written to the lay monk of Ko. That would be the husband of this lay nun of Ko. It's a letter of appreciation. It's not very long, so I think we'll get this done in one take here. Again, I'm always impressed by Nichiren's personal letters of appreciation to whatever level of student he's addressing. So let's get into it here. I've received 300 coins from the wife of Abutsubo. Since you two are of the same mind, have someone read this letter to you and listen to it together. So he's writing it to both of them. I have also received the unlined robe you sent all the way from the province of Sado to the mountain recesses of Hakiri village in Kai province. The teacher of the law chapter in the 4th volume of the Lotus Sutra states, quote, if there is someone who seeks the Buddha way and for the space of a kalpa presses palms together in my presence and recites numberless verses of praise, because of these praises of the Buddha, he will gain immeasurable blessings. And if one lauds and extols those who uphold this sutra, one's good fortune will be even greater. This passage means that the blessings from making offerings to a votary of the Lotus Sutra in the evil age of the latter day of the law surpass those from earnestly making offerings with one's words, thoughts, and deeds for the space of an entire medium kalpa to a Buddha such as Shakyamuni. Though this seems impossible, you must never doubt it, because these are the Buddha's golden words. In addition, a man called the great teacher Miao Lo further clarified this passage from the sutra, saying, those who slander the practitioners of the Lotus Sutra will have their heads split into 7 pieces, but those who give alms to them will enjoy good fortune surpassing the 10 honorable titles. End quote. The meaning of this commentary is that the blessings from making offerings to a votary of the Lotus Sutra in the latter age exceed even those from making offerings to a thus come one endowed with the 10 honorable titles, while those who persecute a votary of the Lotus Sutra in the defiled age will have their heads split into 7 pieces. So he knows who he's talking to, right? He's talking to lay nuns. So these are people who are quite educated in the history and teachings of Buddhism. So he uses examples from the teachings to explain to these gals, these ladies who are obviously not just practitioners of Nichiren Buddhism or Buddhism, but also teachers, that the level of appreciation he has for their gifts is a validation of how profound those gifts have meaning, have great impact, right, on their own lives. So thank you from me, Nichiren, but also understand the wonderful cause that you're making, that you will no doubt receive rewards from. So it's an interesting way of demonstrating appreciation with humility, really. Because he doesn't say, wow, this is a great robe, thanks so much. He says, giving this robe to me, a humble man, who is a votary of the Lotus Sutra as you are, you will gain such riches of experience from doing this that I am in awe of you. Do you understand? So it's a very humble way of expressing a tremendous amount of respect for the gift. He goes on, I, Nichiren, am the most perverse person in Japan. Now he's talking about the way he is perceived by those who do not practice or who actively work against Nichiren's elucidation of the teachings. The reason is as follows. The 7 reigns of the heavenly deities I will set aside, and the 5 reigns of the earthly deities are beyond my comprehension. But for the 90 reigns, from the first human emperor Jimmu until the present, or during the period of more than 700 years since the reign of Emperor Kimei, no one has ever been so universally hated by people in connection with either secular or Buddhist matters as Nichiren. Moriya burned down temples and padaitas, and the lay priest Kiyomori had Todaiji and Kofukuji temples destroyed. But the people of their clans did not hate them. Masakado and Sadato rebelled against the imperial court, and the great teacher Dengyo was detested by the priests of the 7 major temples of Nara, but they were still not hated by the priests, nuns, laymen, and laywomen of the entire land of Japan. In my case, however, parents, siblings, teachers, and fellow monks, every single person from the ruler on down to the common people, torment me as if I were their parents' enemies, or even more than if I were a rebel or a robber. Thus, sometimes I have been vilified by several hundred people, other times besieged by several thousand. I have been attacked with swords and staves. I've been driven from my dwelling and ousted from my province. Finally, I twice incurred the wrath of the country's ruler and was exiled, first to the province of Izu and then to the island of Sado. And when, with neither provisions to sustain my life or even garments made of wisteria vine to cover my body, I was banished to Sado in the northern sea, the priests, monks, and lay believers of that province hated me even more than did the men of Sagami province did. Abandoned in the wilderness and exposed to the snow, I sustained my life by plucking grasses. I realized through my own experiences what it was like for Su Wu, who survived by eating snow in the land of the northern barbarians for 19 years, and for Li Ling, who suffered in a rocky cave by the northern sea for 6 years. This was not because of any fault of my own, but solely because I meant to save the country of Japan. While I was there, however, you and your husband, the lay priest of Ko, the lay monk of Ko, being apprehensive of the eyes of others, brought me food in the middle of the night, never fearing even punishment from the provincial officials. You are persons who were ready to sacrifice yourselves for me. Thus, though it was a harsh land, when I left, I felt as if the hair that had been shaved from my head were being tugged from behind, and as if with each step I took, I were being pulled back. Just when I was wondering what sort of karmic bonds from the past this was due to, and when I least expected it, you sent your most precious husband as your messenger all the way here. Is it a dream or an illusion? Even though I cannot see you, I am certain that your heart is here. If you find that you miss me, always look at the sun that rises in the morning and the moon that rises in the evening. Whatever the time, I will be reflected in the sun and the moon. And in our next life, Let us meet in the pure land of Eagle Peak. Namu Myoho Renge Kyo. Wow. Yeah. That's a pretty profound statement of appreciation, I think. So that's it. Short letter. This was written from after he was pardoned and left Sado. He moved to that remote region in Minobu. And from what we read here, her husband came to visit him there, which is no easy trek. So deep, deep appreciation to both these ladies, not only for their practice, but for their earthly travails in supporting Nichiren, a votary of the Lotus Sutra. So certainly gives them not just personal reason to be appreciated, but in the context of the Buddhist teachings, truly lauds their efforts. It's an amazing letter. All right. The next one, I think, will be another long one. Yeah. This is an interesting one. If for no other reason than well, I'll tell you the title. 3 Tripitaka Masters Pray for Rain. So what we're going to deal with in that next Gosho is going to be the nature of cause, of how to differentiate the value, the relative merit of different causes. And if you would put it in normal daily terms, doing a good deed when it's based on being helpful and true and truly helping, even if it's small, has greater value than maybe a more flourished good deed if it's based on manipulation or bad intent, so on and so forth. So that's what that will be about. And in the meantime, I will say again, thank you so much for participating. Stay strong, stay healthy, and take care of yourselves. And I can't wait to see you again soon. Namu Myoho Renge Kyo. Take care.